and do not compromise. Do what your heart feels. People are not going to be with you when you're in your bad times or low times. It's going to be just you and yourself. When I was 18, I kind of auditioned for this docudrama, which kind of changed everything for me. And I was like, I'm kind of comfortable in front of the camera also. How many auditions have you given? I said, sir, this is literally my first audition. He couldn't believe it. Like now when I look back, no, Natasha, I just feel like, shit, man, I just worked really hard then. I don't know if I'll be able to do that now. Love Sonia was my ticket to Bollywood. We went to a theatre and we watched Lakshya, the movie. And today, here I am, I worked with Farhan and Hrithik both.
So hey everyone, welcome to midday.com's Flashback with the Stars, and we are super excited to have the lovely Mrunal Thakur, who's an inspiration for many actors. Her smooth transition from TV to films has changed the game definitely, and her powerful performances, of course. Hi Mrunal.
Hi Natasha, thank you for this lovely introduction.
No, it's true because a lot of actors do get stereotyped, but I think you've successfully broken it and helped a lot of actors, in fact, come out of that mold and experiment. So how does that feel really at a young age?
Sometimes I keep looking at scripts which are out of the box, and trust me, Natasha, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
It's not easy to get a role which you connect with, plus the script is good, plus the team is good, more than good. I feel like what is important is to resonate. And that's what I look forward to, like to resonate with the character, with the script, with the director, with the teammates, with my, the cameraman, the light dada. It's a vibe, and I think that vibe needs to be correct. So I am taking an conscious effort to make sure that I do not repeat myself. Yeah, like in the last 2 films, I died. That was a part of the script that I couldn't say no to. So yeah, apart from that, I don't like to repeat myself, and I'm making sure to do something out of the box as far as, or I make sure that I be a part of a good story, which will not just educate the audience, but also start a conversation and make that change amongst them.
And okay, starting with your childhood, you have traveled a lot, which I think is, an early life experience that teaches you a lot, interacting with different people and moving from different place to place. So how did that kind of impact your personality today?
Because dad was a government employee, he had to shift after every 3 years. There were times where we shifted after 11 months also. So I had to keep changing schools and keep meeting new friends and new house. So I do not have memory of one, the childhood house that you have, like staying in for around 15 years, 30 years, 20 years or whatever. I don't have that memory. But what happened was, the best thing was the fact that when I used to move, I used to observe people. Like in Maharashtra, I know like 7-8 types of Marathi that's spoken.
Oh.
Like with it's a different Marathi, Mumbai it's different Marathi, Pune it's different Marathi, Kolhapur it's different Marathi, Ratnagiri it's different. So I feel like since my childhood, this traveling has made me a better actor, because I was a shy kid, so I used to observe people. I used to observe what they're doing, the way they're speaking, their body languages. So every character I play, kind of some person that I can relate to in life. So that's what traveling has done for me, and I'm really happy. Earlier, I used to blame my father. I used to get really upset at him. I was like, because of you, I do not have a best friend. Because of you, I do not have memories. So, but today I kind of thank him. He retired last week, and I just told him that, Dad, if you wouldn't have been moving from one place to another, I feel that I wouldn't have learned all these things.
Meeting a lot of people that somewhere helps you in your career today, because that has a lot to do with different personalities that you play. So how do you use that?
For Love Sonia, I remember when I spent a couple of days at Sonagachi, and I observed them for a week or so, and the girls were there with me on set as well, which allowed me to understand their body language better, because it's very important, Natasha, कि जब आप कोई character play करते हो कि आप उसमें ढल जाएं. पता चला आप मुंबई में रह रहे हैं और एक रूरल लड़की का रोल आपको play करना, and you're not getting that the way they hold their bag, and at that point of time I remember I have photographs of my father where he did not have a daptar, like a school bag. He had a bag, like a theli kind of bag where they used to put their slate and books and all the reading material. So this was like I have seen, I've like from the photographs, from the stories that my father has narrated, I've learned from them. Also for Jersey, I have friend from Chandigarh. So I made sure that I used to ask my friend ki Malika, please send your mom dad ka 80s or 90s ka photos na. So she used to send me the photos, and it was so lovely to see them in that like hair, and that the body language was different. Like right now, the couples hug and hold their hands, but at that point of time, whenever they used to click pictures, there was a certain distance, even
Yeah.
between a couple,
Yeah.
which is quite interesting. So yeah, I make sure that I kind of find the characters around me, the people around me. From them, I can add those small nuances. For example, if I'm doing a scene and I'm just saying my dialogues, it would be like very like कि मेरे को dialogues दिए हैं and मुझे बोलना है. So what I used to do is I used to make sure that whatever props are around me and make use of it. For example, if I'm going to school, I'll make sure that I'm packing my bag or doing something and delivering my lines at the same time. So this is my conscious effort to make it real and relatable. So I make sure that I look for the props when I go on set. कि ये मैं use करूँगी, ये मैं use करूँगी. So yeah, these are small little things that makes a character very interesting and relatable.
So the effort definitely shows on screen and in your performances. But did you always know ki, this is my goal, I want to be an actor?
Not really, Natasha. I discovered this at the age of 17, 16, 17. I grew up wanting to be a dentist. I did give my medical entrance exam as well, and I
Wow,
scored
okay.
absolutely amazing score. So my
Wow.
parents were really disappointed that I did not want to pursue medicine and BDS. I almost got into a college. Then I actually took PCMB. I did chemistry and physics and maths and everything and bio. Oh my god, where people can do PCM or PCB. I did PCMB both. Ki engineer hua to engineer, doctor hua to doctor. When I was 18, I kind of auditioned for this docudrama, which kind of changed everything for me. And I was like, I'm kind of comfortable in front of the camera also. So, when you get that confidence, and I felt like when I was facing the camera, I was fearless. I never felt so confident in my life. It's actually other way around. So when that person asked me, "Is this how many auditions have you given?" I said, "Sir, this is literally my first audition." He couldn't believe it. So I feel like camera is my best friend since childhood because I used to do a lot of drama. I used to keep recording videos and do reporting because I also like to be a journalist. I wanted to be a crime journalist.
Wow.
Yeah, this is how it happened. And then in my second year of my mass media graduation, I discovered that there's something called television acting, and then there are auditions, and I actually got in my first go only because my audition script was of Geet from Jab We Met,
Oh,
and who was in yeah.
but do you remember that process? Because being a TV actor is not at all easy. The long hours, no holidays. How did you kind of pull off that life? It's definitely not easy. And you're still looking so great on screen and performing. It's like, it sounds really, difficult.
Natasha, hats off to all the actors who are working in television because they work around the clock. They do not have time to drop the kids. They have to take like a special appointment or they have to make sure that they give their out time, or they give their their dates before so that the production can manage it. So all these important events, like personal events, get missed, and I really appreciate all these actors. When I was switching from TV to film, actually, I had to make that transition. So I used to work out twice a day. I used to wake up at 4 o'clock, 4:30 to 6 o'clock. I used to work out in the morning. I used to do yoga, and 7 to 7 I used to do shoot for Kumkum Bhagya. Pack up, come back in the gym at 8 o'clock, and do 8:30 to 10:30 again cardio and strength. So, and sleep at 11 o'clock. So this was my life. So no time to talk to my parents, no time to talk to my family, no time to have boyfriend, no time to have any friends. So it was difficult. But, I had an aim, I had a goal, and I knew it that I'm going to make it one day. And I made it. I just had to, like, now when I look back, no, Natasha, I just feel like shit, man. I just worked really hard then. I don't know if I'll be able to do that now.
And you were at the top when you decided to make a transition. So did you ever double think, like, should I do this or should I not? Or did you just know that this is my goal? मुझे करना ही है
N- Never did I have second thoughts.
Yeah.
I believe that when you like and love something passionately enough, you be like a horse, like this is my aim, this is my goal, and I gotta achieve it.
Yeah.
And I really did not stop until, and you know what? One of the reason that I'm still at it is because I still haven't uh, achieved my goal yet. And every time I see great performances on screen, that sometimes ignites the fire within me that Mrunal, you can do better performance. You could be that girl or you could be that actress. So I do not want to stop. I want to learn. I want to explore. I want to explore me as a human, as a person. And I just want to surprise myself. That's my constant goal.
You are an inspiration for a lot of actors who want to make that transition and are still doubting, because unfortunately people do get stereotyped. कि, ये TV actor hai, ये theater actor hai, they won't be able to do it on the movies, but you change that perception. So how does that feel when people tell you that?
People shouldn't second doubt. People shouldn't doubt themselves. People should just, if they believe in themselves, they should just go ahead with it. Because if they do not believe, how do you expect people to believe? So I know I did not have support for a really long time, but my parents were not really aware about how it functions. They were really afraid because of the case studies. Ki aisa hua hai. And we as an audience also focus on negative things. We do not focus on positive things. My inspiration was Smita Patil, and I was like, if Smita Patil can do it, I can do it too. So, and I really wanted to be a part of films which were way ahead of her time. If you see the filmography of Smita ji, she was way, way ahead of her time. The way she performed, she subtly, there was a subtleness. She balanced the art films and the commercial films very seamlessly, very effortlessly. So I wanted to create that niche. Like, I am really fond of Sridevi ji or Madhuri ma'am or Rekha ji and Jaya ji and Asha Parekh ji. So for me, I used to constantly keep saying, Rani ma'am or Kajol, they are so different in their own way, yet they're so like unique and they stand out, and they're like, their performances, they speak through their eyes. So all these women, I used to watch them while I was growing up and draw some kind of an inspiration. Today you say I'm an inspiration to many, but these are my inspiration. Yeah. These are the women that I look up to, and I always felt like, the way Sharmila Tagore ji just looked with her winged eye, and I was like, I want to do that. Sometimes I regret that I wish I was born in that era, but then I'm happy. If I was born then, I would be like Fika in front of them. So, yeah.
Your debut wasn't a conventional, glamorous, debut. But still, do you feel that kind of changed the game for you? Like, people saw you as a strong performer, what you bring to the table, instead of just the glitz and the glam, that usually happens.
Yeah, because Natasha, when I was growing up, I turned 20 on the sets of Kumkum Bhagya.
Okay.
So like stereotypes, same kind of acting. And then I thought that if I do a conventional debut, like glam and all, people are still going to consider me as a TV actor. How do I break that stereotype? That's when I realized that I need to get a script which is out of the box. I need to pierce the heart of the audience, not as Bulbul, but as Sonia, not as Mrunal, but as the character that I'm playing. Because I believe that when you're watching on the screen, the audience need to relate to the character, not the actor that we are. That was a blessing, because people, when they saw the movie, they couldn't recognize me. They saw me as Sonia. So that was like my biggest advantage, because I realized that, when you're on TV for so many years, people have that soft corner for you. कि अगर अच्छा character है तो अच्छा, अगर बुरा character तो they would hate us. कि ये तो हमेशा ऐसे ही करती है. So I feel like this Love Sonia was like the best debut ever that any actor would ask for. Yes, I believe that if the film would have come now in the era of OTT, it would have done really, really good. But things can't be changed. And I really am very grateful that because of Love Sonia was my ticket to Bollywood.
Coming from a normal background, when you do work with the biggest stars who I'm sure you have grown up reading about and watching, right from Midday to Shahid to Farhan. So does it feel a bit surreal sometimes, like that little girl who would dream of this and today you have it, of course.
I sometimes go and thank them unnecessary. I just be thank you. And he's like, what? What for? But I'm really happy that this is what I manifested for myself.
Absolutely.
This is my childhood dream to be able to. I remember I was in 7th grade when we shifted from Jalgaon to Ahmednagar. And hamara saman nahi aaya tha because it was in the truck. And we reached before because we traveled in the train. And because we had to kill time, we went to a theater and we watched Lakshya, the movie. And today, here I am, working with Farhan and Ritik both, which is just, I think us waqt hi maine kuch manifest kiya hoga, so it kind of, it's surreal, yeah. It's just, even today when for my family, it's a big deal. Like when I meet them, when I talk to them, when they appreciate my work, it's a big deal for them and for me too. And I think I don't want to let this side go of me, because when you're vulnerable, when you are like a fangirl, but you also have this craving of performing better. I like these emotions because it somehow, I feel when you're on set, it kind of brings you end up doing something so interesting that you never thought of you would be doing. So I like this nuance. I like this space that I'm at. And absolutely blessed to have these co-stars because they have really been my pillars and supported me and appreciated my work and allowed me to perform better.
And like you said, family, of course, we can see is very important to you. And your siblings, how are they kind of inspired by everything that you have achieved all by yourself?
Like today only, I received this San Francisco, the letter for my brother, admission. He was in the middle of an interview where, the college team was asking them about the siblings, just like how you asked me.
Yeah.
He did not say that my sister is a Bollywood actress. Okay. He said my sister is associated with Indian filmmaking. So I was so happy when he said that, because he wants to create his identity of his own. And of course, there's a benchmark that I've set, but there's no pressure on him. And he's doing fantastic. And they both, like my sister and my brother, they both are so talented in their own way. I feel it runs in the blood. It's just that we were never aware. We were never allowed to perform. Like last week, I went for my, it's a family get together. I met my uncle, and the way he would speak, he was so expressive, and I just kept observing him. And I was like, I said, Uncle, do you even realize how expressive you are? So my aunt also said that, it's in the blood. It's just that we never realized. They sing so well, they dance so well. My father dances really well. My mother sings really well. So does my brother, and it's now my brother is pursuing music. My sister, she's an artist. She does makeup and hair, and I'm an actor. So we all were artists. So it's just that we never knew which direction to lead into. So I'm really happy that I took that step, because earlier we did not have the choice to be an artist. We always had to run. We always had to run the house and stand our own legs and be independent. And we always thought that maybe a 9-to-5 job would give us that security. But I started with that risk, and so did my sister. And I just hope that people, not just my siblings, but all the people out there watching me, should follow their heart, because every day when you come back from work now, it is such a satisfying feeling. Like I have stories to narrate to my mom and my dad, and I'm like, "Aise hua set pe, aisa hua set par." I finished the shot in 2 takes. I did 3 takes. I did 1 take, and the director went like, "Superb!" Like God, and they were so happy. So it's really interesting when you do what you want to do. When your job is what your passion is.
That's definitely very inspiring. I'm sure a lot of people will take, pointers from you. But lastly, when you want to focus, or any tips that you would give people listening to you right now, when you feel that you're kind of losing your focus, how do you get back on track?
I just want to say, do not compromise. Small time, कम वक्त में pleasure ज़्यादा मिलता है. Some there were times where I was a part of a TV show, and I wanted to earn money, but then I only realized that if I long term, if I need success, I'll have to work harder. I have to
Absolutely.
work for a number of years, and I still do not know when I would get success. So remember why you started, and do not compromise. Do what your heart feels, because people are not going to be with you when you're in your bad times or low times. It's going to be just you and yourself. So whenever you decide for yourself, not because my circumstances are bad, or because I have to do this because my parents think that this is right thing. Just keep them happy. Obviously, I'm not asking you to go against your parents. Just find a middle way.
And it was lovely talking to you. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Natasha. It was wonderful talking to you too.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.